With all this talk about Beyonce's new project Cowboy Carter, there are several things that needs to be discussed, and maybe even to alert you to. As many of us know, Beyonce has been plagued with accusations of Illuminati ties, satanic worship, and witchcraft, and it seems lately she's leaning more into that more than ever. But with Cowboy Carter, there are several highly disturbing things with not only the imagery, but the lyrics of many of her songs. Not only do they sound demonic, but realistically and convincingly criminal, almost like a crime was committed in front of her, or maybe she was a part of. In this video, we'll take a look at a few lyrics from her songs and see everything quite eerie and disturbing about them and surrounding Beyonce's Cowboy Carter. Let's start with the imagery. As we can see, the imagery for Cowboy Carter is very dark and gloomy. If we look at other country albums, they tend to be more colorful and lively. Hellbay's second album, B-Day, had more of a country album aesthetic than anything she's done. But Cowboy Carter is very dark and ghostly, almost like death is looming around. The cover looks like the ghost of a dead Confederate soldier roaming out the gates of hell. Now, I know she suddenly claimed that Cowboy Carter isn't a country album, which is cap because she wouldn't have been bragging about being the first black woman to go #1 on the country charts. But that's another conversation. But still, the symbolism of this era is very disturbing. As many of us know, Beyonce and Jay-Z have both been diligent in photographing themselves, showing one eye, aka the all-seeing eye, associated with the Illuminati. Now she's making sure to not only show one eye, but to decorate it. She's adorned with snakes, aka Lucifer, aka Satan in the Garden of Eden. And she's really tapping into what seems to be her friend, the Baphomet. B's been sporting the Baphomet for a long time now, openly since 2008, with the release of her album I Am Sasha Fierce. Now she seems to still be doing a lot of occult symbolism. It's things like this that makes me truly wonder if Beyonce really has bewitched the masses, which I discuss in this video. Then this was released showing Beyonce going towards the solar eclipse that's due on April the 8th. Why is this significant? Well, the history of the solar eclipse and witchcraft go way back. A lot of witches wait until the solar to do their rituals, to empower themselves. The solar eclipse happening on April 8th is also significant because this is the day that a cultic leader, Aleister Crowley, created his demonic religion named Thelema. Back in 1904, Crowley and his wife Rose went to Egypt to stay in the Great Pyramid of Giza. They went there to do a seance and conjure up spirits. His wife had suddenly been taken over and possessed by the spirit of Horus and Aiwass, who was really the messenger. This Aiwass entity dictated Crowley's Book of Law, the book that preaches the infamous saying, "Do as thy wilt," one of Jay-Z's favorite quotes, it seems. And many believe that Beyonce will release something big that day. They believe it may be another tour. That's a big deal, but also disturbing because she literally just got off a 56-day tour for Act 1 last year, a tour that she was supposedly performing with a broken foot. Question is, why so much touring? Major intensive tours like this are very taxing to the body. If it's another tour for this specific album, that's a lot of pressure and stress on the body, and B is not exactly a spring chicken anymore. If this rumor is true, she has to draw power from somewhere, right? This may also help to keep the masses under her spell. But let's go back to the solar eclipse that's approaching. Many ancient civilizations regarded and feared solar eclipses as supernatural apparitions. People considered them omens of pending doom, or believed the sun was being attacked by hostile demons. Seeing the darkness surrounding not only Beyonce's album, but also the darkness that's starting to loom around her husband and maybe even her marriage. It's been said that due to the recent takedown of Diddy, a lot of eyes have been on Jay-Z and his possible part in the death of his mistress, Cathy White. Talks about how the Carters are next to be taken down have been circling as well. There's also been rumors swirling that Beyonce and Jay-Z are actually separated and just putting up a united front. kind of like what Will and Jada have done. Even the rollout for this album had not been as smooth or handled well as previous releases. Fans have complained about getting vinyls with missing songs, dirty merchandise, damaged records, and even trying to find ways to get refunds. This had never happened before, and as well as they say she's doing, there still seems to be some darkness foreboding in the background. The deep, empty stares says a lot. Something is looming. One disturbing thing that many fans have noted is just how many musical legends have died on every tour Beyoncé did, starting with Michael Jackson with her I Am tour in 2009, Whitney Houston with her Revel Presents Beyonce Live in 2012, Prince with her Formation tour in 2016, and recently Tina Turner with her Renaissance tour in 2023. Some are actually fearing for Stevie Wonder's life right now. While the Cowboy Carter imagery is dark, some of the songs are a little darker. The song Daughter in particular. This song is very cold and gloomy and seems to be about harming another woman. Here's the lyrics. Your body laid out on these filthy floors, your blood stains on my custom coutures. Bathroom attendant let me right in. She was a big fan, I really tried to stay cool, but your arrogance disturbed my solitude. Now I ripped your dress and you're all black and blue. Look what you made me do. Now many think that B is actually talking about fellow megastar Taylor Swift. You see, Taylor Swift is just as big of a star as B, with an equally dedicated and vicious stan base as the Beehive called the Swifties. And we know that Beyonce is used to being seen as the queen, and queens don't like to share their thrones. B has been accused of only going country to compete with Taylor Swift, who has won the Album of the Year 4 times, an award that Beyonce greatly covets. Then it's been recognized that Beyonce went out of her way to attend Taylor's movie premiere, trying to win over some of Taylor's fan base when she doesn't even endorse her own friends and proteges. This seems strategic. Also, the line, "Look What You Made Me Do," seems like it could be in reference to Taylor's hit song, "Look at What You Made Me Do." Her fans caught the shade and feel the lyrics are aimed at Swift. The lyrics to Daughter also seem to show that B's fantasies are evil and she's fantasizing about harming this woman, whoever she is. With the lyrics saying things like this, "Help me, Lord, from these fantasies in my head. They ain't ever been safe ones. I don't fellowship with these fake ones. Cleanse me, Holy Trinity, from this marijuana smoke smell in my hair." B is obviously feeling insecure about something, or may feel that her throne is up for the taking and can only fantasize about removing her competition. Speaking of removing her competition, we have the theory that the song is actually about her husband's mistress, Cathy White. Remember when I said a lot of eyes have been on the Carters lately, but more so Jay-Z? The death of his mistress, Cathy White, keeps coming back up in the press and theories on how she really died. Rumors have it that Cathy White was Jay's mistress back in 2011, the same time Beyonce became pregnant with their daughter, Blue. Problem now was that it said that Cathy was also pregnant and that she was threatening to do a tell-all interview exposing her relationship with Jay-Z. Being the gigantic power couple with an impeccable image, it's said that the Carters couldn't allow that. It was revealed that Cathy suddenly died from a brain aneurysm. Problem is, the autopsy didn't show that at all. Then, after a while, information about Cathy seemed to be scrubbed from the internet. There was very scarce information about her, and her presence seemed to disappear, almost as if she'd never existed. Now in 2024, the prominent takedown of Diddy lured eyes over to the Carters as well. It's heavily implied that Cathy did not die from a brain aneurysm, but that she was actually deleted, and supposedly by Jay-Z's hitmen allegedly. More of her lyrics. "I sashayed my dress, did my best impression of a damsel in distress. This alcohol and smell of regret allured my catch. Outfit too small to hide my scars, feeling bottled up like bottle service broads. How long can he hold his breath before his death?" She seems quite regretful of something she may know or even be a part of. Many people believe that Beyonce knows very well what happened to Cathy White, allegedly. Then she has a lyric that talks about how she'll never squeal on her man. Her song Bodyguard blatantly lays it out when she says, "Be your best friend, I protect you in the mosh pit, and I'll defend you in the gossip. You know how people like to start shit and pop shit. They couldn't catch you and they never will." Obviously, these lyrics are up for interpretation, but many dark theories have been stated about them. Then we have the urban country trap song, Tyrant. Upon first listen, this song just sounds like your standard brag song about how bad B is and how great she is at riding dick. But if you notice, she keeps mentioning the hangman. Due to the country and western theme of the album, more than likely this is in reference to the tarot card of the hangman. A lot of people associate this card with evil or misfortune, and depending on the order of the following tarot cards, it could be. But the hangman card is not necessarily evil. It actually can mean to surrender or let go of something and to become indifferent to situations or your position in life. Beyonce's song chants, "Your hands are steady and you sleep at night. How did you turn your heart to stone? I don't want him back, but I can't let go, hangman. Answer me now. You owe me a debt, you stole him from me. I hated you once, I envy you now. Just tell me how, tell me how." Now this could mean a couple of things, but it seems like she's speaking to an entity, one that is associated with the tarot card. Remember, I told you the hangman card means to surrender something and become indifferent to. So she's begging to know how to let go of someone, probably Jay-Z. Could Beyonce be bewitched by her husband, hence not being able to leave him even though he's been unfaithful? So she's seemingly turned to tarot readings to help her. But it seems this entity is following her and perhaps even possessing her with self-confidence in order to help her to leave. Hence why she says this, "Oh, she got that woe there, hangman got that woe there, don't act like you don't know. When the sun goes down, can hear her body howl. I feel her eye in me like owls. Hide your man when the hangmen come in town." Sounds like the hangman has taken over B, giving her self-assuredness and confidence to leave, but the real her keeps coming through, hence why she keeps crying and saying this. How did you get used to the haunting, the willing, the missing, the wanting? Dry eyes, just send me across the divide, hangman. Teach me how not to cry. It seems even this entity can't break B from the spell her husband seems to have her under, but the hangman card also can mean something else. It can actually mean the rebirth. So, like the solar eclipse is also looked at as a rebirth in some civilizations and sun worshippers. So is the hangman that she sings of. But a rebirth of what exactly? What is to come? So lurkers, what do you think? Do you think Beyonce's Cowboy Carter is evil and has hidden meanings? Or do you think it's just artistic expression? Let me know down below, and please hit a share and a like.